Hey guys. Hi there. Anyhow, it's been a while. I've been cheating on you guys. Yeah, that's right. So I have been, as I've actually mentioned a number of times, if I ever get back into an MMO, I was waiting for one that was better than World of Warcraft, which this one is. I was gonna sort of stop doing Let's Plays. I mean, I'm not. I definitely went on a fairly lengthy hiatus there, if you noticed. But now that I've kind of settled into this game, I think I'm kind of wanting to share the experience with you guys. Also, I had a lot of issues with software just screwing up, and the KVM switch. It's just a lot of software and hardware issues that just got annoying. And my computers act as space heaters when I'm rendering footage, and it's really frickin' hot this summer. So, yeah, they're powerful, but they also generate ridiculous amounts of heat. So there's a whole bunch of, and so summer's kind of ending and whatnot. So I wanted to show this game. If you guys haven't already figured it out, this game is Rift. It is essentially a World of Warcraft clone. This is right before the 1.5 patch is coming, or will be coming out. Probably by the time I upload this footage, you guys will have the 1.5 patch out. And if you can't read the text, I'm not going to keep it secret. If you can't read the text, my character's name is Nanshe, N-A-N-S-H-E. I am in, right now, I mean, you can transfer your character around, but I really like where I'm at. I'm on the server Lathys, which is L-A-E-T-H-Y-S, and I'm in the guild Truth and Entropy. If you want to transfer a character over here or create a character over here, I think there's trial versions you can have for like 10 days or something like that. But it's very fun. It's very addictive. I'd say it's anywhere between 50% and 100% more addictive than World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. I haven't played World of Warcraft in about 4 years. Basically, right before I started Let's Playing, I stopped playing World of Warcraft and never went back. That was also right before Wrath of the Lich King came out. I did not want to buy Wrath of the Lich King. I wanted to wait and see if it was better than Burning Crusade, because I enjoyed Burning Crusade, and found out it was significantly worse, and so I never got it. And then the whole Cataclysm or whatever, checked that one out too. Still bad, so didn't get that one either. But Rift here, the trailers for this game make it look awful. I'm sorry. Whoever made those trailers should get fired, because this game is actually a lot of fun. But the trailers, yeah, they hype up the whole Rift thing a lot, and they don't focus on what's awesome about a Rift. A lot of MMO games, you guys might know this if you've played MMO games, is if you want to play a game, a multiplayer game, like a massive multiplayer online, multiplayer, a lot of people are going to say, nah, I want to solo everything. I don't want to actually do anything with anyone else. It's really frustrating. So these rifts, when they form up, there's a kind of a, forget what it's called. It's not exactly works this way, but I'm just going to explain it this way. Essentially, you can force people into your group. So if you're at a rift and somebody else is at a rift, you can click a little button that's up at the top of the screen, and boom, you're part of a group. They didn't get to say yes or no, you're in a group. So I don't care if you want to play single player, I'm in your group. Suck it. So I actually find that unbelievably awesome. So happy about that. One of the other things that I bring to the table with this, I guess it would be more of a walkthrough. There's a guildie right here. Hello! Gwenamore. I've never talked to that person. Lawless I've talked to. Lawless left the guild for a little while because he was kind of annoyed by an argument. Anywho. Now that I'm level 50, what I can bring to the table is, instead of kind of knowing about how the game works, because I'm only like level 20 or something like that, I've done a decent amount of end game content. Not all of it, but a good amount of it. So I can kind of explain what goes on is different. Right now, I probably have a mailbox absolutely crammed with sold items. That is not nearly as small of a tab as I want to see. That's still a decent amount. Okay. I'm not going to complain. That's not bad. And then, actually, this take all button didn't used to be there. I actually created a script, and then I would walk away. One time I walked away for about 20 minutes, and it was still running, trying to take all the mail out. But this thing is way faster than the script. That is nice. More of this. Yes. So, I'm collecting all my plat from all these runs. Most of my plat goes into buying items that people sell for what's known as vendor to price. I mean, I might have shown it in Vinditus, or Vindictus, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, see this platinum ore, I got 50 platinum ore because people put it in at such a low price that I could sell it to a vendor either for the same amount or more. But I keep it in my bank regardless of that. I just try to sell it back, and I usually do, although there's a couple items that don't sell very well. You'll be able to see, there's my bank right here. Boink! We get lots of bag space in this game, which is nice. These 4 bags right here are things I'm trying to get rid of through the auction house. These are my potions. These are ingredients for potions. These are... Actually, I should have this... No, that's right. Okay, so this whole bag right here is gear that I'm not using right now. This other bag is also gear that I'm not using right now. There's like probably 1 or 2 stats that's higher than my current gear on some of these, although some of them I probably just can throw them away. These are just kind of the random token-like things over here, and this is all costume stuff. And yes, I actually bought an epic item for the sole purpose of using it as a costume. Although I don't think that's the one. That one's actually a previous one. But I had something. But yeah, I bought all this stuff just to make my character look a certain way. And as you can see, oh, let me get off my mount. This mount is actually, you could only get it, there's another one that looks like it, but you can only get this mount in the 1.3 patch, which is already passed. I actually got it at level 17, and I said in trade chat, is this rare? And then a whole bunch of people cussed me out. So, I guess it is rare. And so, turn towards the sun. And so this is my character, a little scant, but a little awesome. It kind of, I mean, a lot of this stuff is shiny, so it looks golden, so that's why I went for yellow, especially the boots and stuff like that. Let's see. Also the back. Come on. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's fairly shiny, and so it looks pretty golden. Also, it helps me stand out from the group because a lot of times it's kind of hard to tell where you are, or if you're the tank, they can say, oh, the tank is the yellow one. It's easy to remember, although I wish they would call me gold, but whatever. So, the other thing that's nice about this, World of Warcraft has 2 different specs, I guess is what they call them, that you can switch between. Usually it's a healer and a DPS, or tank and a DPS, or whatever on that sort of thing. In this situation, you've got 5 you can choose from, which is very convenient because there are more than just 3 trees. I think there's 9 trees per thing, something like that. I don't remember exactly. So there's basically cloth wares, leather wares, chain wares, and plate wares. That's the class, the overall class, which are known as mage, rogue, cleric, and warrior. And then underneath each one of those is a bunch of different souls, is what they're called. We got Inquisitor, Kabbalist, Sentinel, Shaman, Druid, Justicar, if I haven't already said it. And there's a bunch of others. These are the main ones I use. Warden, Purifier, blah, 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 blah. So those are the main ones that I use in those situations. In fact, I don't even know why I have 6 in here. Seems like a waste. Guessing critical hand chance of your healing spells and wisdom. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Anywho, so we've got 5 to choose from. The most common classes are that I've also picked because it's just awesome. Healing. Oh, it's not leveling build. It is now. What is this one? This is my ranged build. I should actually name them. Ranged build. So healing, ranged, tanking, support, and melee build. Okay, so that's what they are. obvious. I mean, if you can. Okay, so healing's obvious. You just make sure that nobody dies, especially yourself. Next is the tank, also obvious. Make it so that nobody gets attacked but you. And somebody's dancing with me. Somebody's dancing. Okay. The ranged and melee are sort of counterparts. In this game, you do a bit more damage if you're melee. However, you also have the offset that when there's an AoE attack, you're generally going to get hit by it. Or when somebody cleaves and you happen to be in front of them, you're going to get hit by it. If you're ranged, you're a lot safer, but you do a little bit less damage. And but you're better at doing AoE spells, generally, if you're ranged. But solo target most bosses, you do want to do most damage per second, you want to be melee. And finally, support is kind of the combination class. My support is actually pretty awesome. Let me switch to that now. I also have it say a little message changes the role of support. Pretty soon I'm not going to have to like explain everything, because you might already know all this stuff. But I have all these buffs. The top bar right here is all about buffs. And I have a pet that I summon. I either increase their wisdom or their strength by 40. And I've got all these other ones that help out. The salvation and reparation spells make it so that every time I attack something and do damage, I also heal the raid, that percentage of that. Is it up to 10 people? Oh no, this one. 5. Up to 5 people. So it heals up to 5 people a certain percentage, which is really cool. It's one of the major reasons how I heal. But then I also have the Mine of Honor. If you can read it down there, it says increases healing by doctrines, salvation, and reparation by 50%, which is really cool. It also reduces my threat, so it's a perfect combination. And when I click on this Doctrine of Loyalty, which all it does is use up some of these conviction points that I collect just doing melee combat, it does... you get bonuses to the number it says there based on your spell power. So instead of getting about 206, I get like 1600, I'm guessing about that much healing done every time I click on that. And it doesn't heal one person, it heals 10 people, whoever's damaged. So I've gotten unbelievable amounts of healing per second by spamming the heck out of that button every time I get enough conviction points. And I also have this regenerate one, regenerates my mana, and I have 3 of them. So unless I'm just straight out not attacking something, I basically have a full mana pool. So infinite mana no matter how long it takes. Ooh, all my Elder Tablets sold. I think I priced them way too high. That's awesome. I love it when the stuff that I price way too high sells. So the support class has buffs, it's got heals, it still does damage, it's got a pet, it's got silence, it has also the cooldown buffs that'll increase everybody's damage by 5%. It can sleep, it can snare essentially, that's kind of a snare. Really sucks at single target heals, but it does so many things. And it also doesn't resurrect, and it doesn't purge, and it doesn't interrupt. So there's just a couple of niche things that I don't do. Oh, the other thing is, if I get aggro from the tank, which is kind of hard because this reduces my threat by 50%, but if I do, like let's say I attack something that's attacking the healer and pull him off the healer and get him, my class also kind of works as an off-tank. I actually am able to reduce quite a bit of the damage I take from that too. So the support is whatever is needed, and the cleric support is very powerful. So that is basically it. I'm not going to go through the whole melee, ranged, heal, and tank stuff. They have not yet added add-ons to the game, but there are macros. For example, this macro right here is what's known as a smart macro, where it will go with the first item that's available until there's nothing available, and then it will fail. But in this case, the crushing blow right there is always available, and it's the last one, so if it finally gets down and none of these are available, it'll just keep on popping crushing blow. And so the smart macro, and every time you click it, it uses one of those items. Pretty standard fare for a smart macro. There are games that have smarter macros than that, but that's fine.